Hey family, it's Dr. Pyant, Mindset for Freedom, your therapist. I am trying to get this headset together. I tell you, I charged my other one, but I'm glad I tested it tonight first because it was not working. So yeah, I'm back to the little cords, but at least you can hear me. So hey family, how you doing? Listen, it is good to be able to be obedient to the spirit and the voice of God until our assignment. We don't always feel like doing what we do. Don't think that everybody that comes on and doing the coaches and everything that people are doing, that they feel like doing it all the time. You don't feel it. But what we do for God is not about a feeling. It's about a connection. And that's what I wanted to talk about it tonight. Y'all come on the video. My tech person is saying bring them on the video. I have to look and see. Now I know how to do it. Um, yeah, but it's about you having a connection with God. And that's what it's all about. Um, Having this connection with God. Hold on a second, because I'm trying to invite people on because I didn't know how to do this before. I'm just learning as I go along. But anyway, um, yeah, so, all right. Hopefully, I was able to invite a few people. I didn't know how to do that in either, but I scrolled up. So that's why you lost my face for just a second. But anyway, I want to talk to you tonight about having a connection with God. Because the last time I spoke to you, it was about how to handle the storms in your life. And I realized even from that presentation with you, to you, for you, that that was a part that deepened me. To be able to go through the storms, you have to have a connection with God. Because, honey, if you don't have a connection with God, you won't have a conversation with God. Your conversation with God is what's going to bring you through whatever you're going through. You see, all of that we're going through, we have to get our heads unwrapped around what we've been taught. Things that don't work out the way you expected them to work out, that's not bad. God is preparing us. Everything that happens in our life is to make us better. But in order for you to grow, you have to have your conversation with God. Does that make sense? Having a conversation with God enriches your experiences. Because when you're having that conversation with God, your experiences with God are remembered. You're remembering, God took me through this, and I know He'll bring me through that. Don't allow the mind of your past or the future to direct your energy. You direct your energy. Renew that connection that you have with God. You direct your energy. Renew it, restore it, ground yourself in it. And that conversation you having with God is not only when you're in trouble, not only when the storms are in your life. I want us to be able to talk to God all the time. I find myself, I'm so conditioned now, and I'm just talking about me for you, that even when I'm tired from doing so much, because we as women, we take it on. I just begin to tell the Lord, thank you. Instead of me saying, oh my gosh, oh, I'm so tired, blah, blah, blah. No, 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 no. My conversation is gratitude. You know what? Because God gave me the strength to do what it is that I'm doing. And most of the things we do, we like what we're doing. We just do so much as women, we get tired. And that's okay. But have that conversation with God about your experiences. And don't have it in a negative way. I want us to learn to speak those things in a positive way. Turn it around. Lord, I thank you for the experience. Lord, I thank you for taking me through the storm. Lord, I thank you for trusting you. Don't ask the Father for trusting him. Thank him. That's the way we have to have a conversation with God, because we have to believe that God is an ever present help and always with us. that God said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. We have got to get so grounded with that, that we believe it, just like we know that the breath that we take every day is God. It's the Spirit of God that has allocated that for us to be here. But sometimes we waver. Sometimes we know God, we know this, but sometimes life can life us. But I want you to make sure that your conversation with God that you're having allows you to rise above it, to know that you are the sky and not the cloud. That makes sense? You are a wave in the ocean that the ocean has already created. You come from the ocean. We come from this God. We have to get so grounded that we believe God for everything. And we thank him for everything. You know why? Because if not, fear will set in. Doubt will set in. Because you can't change people. You can't change a situation. Only God can do that. But you have the power. I was thinking the other day. I said, Lord, you told us you gave us love, power, and a sound mind. Now I know and I've experienced what love feels like. I have had that feeling. I can feel God's presence in his love. Got it. But I said, God, what did you mean when you said you gave us a sound, that you gave us power? That's what I mean by renew that connection. Because God gave you power. Power of what? I started asking. Lord, show me. Power. We have power. Your words. You have the power over your life and over situations with your words, because everything is energy. Speak your words. Speak out what it is that you want to see happen. Lord, I thank you for my day. Lord, I thank you for the miracles in my life. Lord, I thank you for the abundance. Lord, I thank you for the favor over my life. Come on, family. We cannot say that we serve this God and we're saints of God and we're the righteous of God and whatever all the things is that we call ourselves, and we are. But we have to get our conversation so deep with God that whatever comes our way, whatever experiences we have, we just get deeper connected. We used to always say, if it didn't kill me, it only made me stronger. Okay? So walk in your gratitude. Just be grateful. That's right. Just walking in gratitude. Hi there, Sharifa. Thank you for coming on. I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to connect people to tell them that I'm on, because I want not, it's not that you need to hear it so much, but I'm grateful. But somebody needs to hear what God is saying. Because like I started out saying, I was just sitting there. I was like, oh my goodness, I don't think I'm going to go on tonight. And then something nudged me. It's not about you. If you don't do it, then what? You have this gift. You've had these experiences. Tell my people about the experiences. This is what the leaders did. Tell my people about the experiences. Moses didn't become Moses just by sitting there and crying. Moses became Moses because no matter what he was going through, even with the stuttering he had, the conversation he was having on the inside, he got afraid. We're going to have fear. This is a part of this human experience, but I want you to understand that we have power and we've got to use it. He said, he didn't just tell us this for nothing. He said, I gave you love, power, and a sound mind. Now we're working on this mind thing. We're working on getting that mind sound, because as that mind connects with your heart and you stop living in your past and you stop living in your future, you have a sound mind. Sound for what? Sound to hear what the Spirit is saying. Sound not to be living in your past. Sound to be aware when your mind is going in the past. Sound mind to be aware when your mind is in the future. How you going to be worried about what's going to happen tomorrow? You don't know what's going to happen the next minute. So why are we focused that way? Now listen, you can have an intent for the future. That's different than worrying or predicting about what tomorrow or what's going to happen. God is in control. Why don't we just have this conversation with God and trust God? And this is what I do. He said, whatever it is that you need, ask me. Ask me for it, but ask as if it's already done. And so you begin to thank him. Father, I thank you. I thank you for touching the minds of my enemies. I thank you for touching those that are not with your plan. Father, I know what you said in your word. Now remind God that you know. I've seen what you said in your word, how you destroyed those in Israel that were coming against your people. Father, I don't want you to destroy your people, but I want the favor that you put on my life to be working in my life. Your favor, God. Your awesome presence in my life, God. All those that are not in line with favor, touch them, God. Give them more love. Make yourself more available to them. Touch their hearts, oh God. Let that conversation that you're having with God be positive. Guide your words. Watch what comes out of your mouth. Guide your tongue. They used to say years ago, your tongue can get you hung. Yeah. Guide your words. It doesn't matter. And I'm telling you, I have been through some stuff, but I just begin to thank God. He whose mind is stayed on me. I'm telling you, the scriptures are real when you have the conversation with God and it gets in your belly, out of your belly. You got to feel it. You've got to know it. It doesn't matter what I see. It doesn't matter what I feel, what I hear. It's what I know. And what I know is that God hears me. That's my conversation with God. God can hear me. God knows my name. So you have to build up your practice. You have to build up your practice with God. You have to sit and meditate. Let your mind be free. Let the things come. Learn to be the observer of your thoughts. They are your thoughts. You are not the body. You house the spirit in the body. You are not the mind. You use the mind to navigate on this earth. You are the spirit. We are the spirit of the living God. And we were created for his glory on this earth. And everything that we are experiencing is to shape us, that our conversation would get deeper. So when those storms come in your life, take a breath. Take a breath and remember how good God is. If you can't remember from the things that you know, you put on some gospel. You put on somebody that's going to be preaching the word. You put on some music that's going to remind you of the goodness of God. Before I came on, what came up in my belly was to remind the people that you say, God is the joy and the strength of my life. Remember that, because God is the joy and the strength of our life. Not man, not the things that happen, not the experiences. God is the joy and the strength of my life. It doesn't matter what experience I'm having. I got joy when I think about him. When I know that God is on the inside. When I say it doesn't matter because I know you got us. I know you got us because you love us. Hey, embrace yourself in that love tonight. I want you to understand that your conversations that you have with God, they are enriching. They are enriched by your experiences. The experiences we have had make your conversation deeper. We just have to remember how to pray, how to talk to God. I want when you leave this video that you remember. I want you to talk and feel as if it's already done. He said, if thou can believe, all things are possible. You can't doubt God. We just have to believe. He's got us all in his hand. Listen, thank you for coming on, family. Thank you for liking, sharing the video. Go to my YouTube channel because I put things there. Some people don't come on Facebook or Instagram. Send them to YouTube. Somebody needs to be reminded about the experiences that they're having or only having that. to deepen their conversation with God, the grateful, good God, that God is a good God all the time. So, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you that have taken the time, and I know that we are blessed. Don't worry about the experiences. Rest with the peace. God is the joy and the strength of our lives. He moves our enemies, the foolishness and the strife. I don't remember all the words to the song, but I can feel it resonating because we used to sing it years ago in church, okay? Hey, before I get carried away, my daughter always says, Ma, you come on and you start preaching. It's just the spirit that moves me. It's the joy. And I thank you. So just remember, conversations with God. Don't worry about the experience. They just deepen the conversation. Until next time, this is Dr. Pyant, your therapist. Remember to breathe and let it all go. And remember, it's only an experience. That too shall pass. Until next time, shalom.